From getting no clients through his personal brand to now people actually coming to him to buy his coaching. That is what one of my clients went through in the last couple of weeks. And if you're a coach or an entrepreneur in the info space and you have been posting content but it's not getting the results you want yet, this video is for you. Because this is one of the most frustrating places to be. You're putting in the work, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're just not getting out of it what you put into it. And when you look at your DMs, it's like a ghost town. Your calendar is not even close to how filled you want it to be. And the gap between what your content is doing and what your business actually needs starts getting bigger. And it feels like something is seriously broken. I used to think this meant the content was the problem, that I just needed better hooks, better topics, or better editing. But when I started building the profile to profit system, I implemented all of these things, but none of it actually solved the whole problem. It needed something else to convert viewers into buyers. And once I understood what that thing actually was, everything changed. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why your content is getting views but not clients, where the conversion is actually supposed to happen, and the 5 things you can fix this week to close that gap. Watch this video until the end, because by the time this video is over, you are going to look at your entire content strategy differently. Let's get into it. Because most people measure success by views and followers. But that's not what actually matters. You need a full system behind those views and followers to actually convert those people into paying clients. Because people assume that more views equals more people see what I do, and that equals to more clients. That sounds pretty logical, but it skips the whole middle part of the system. People think that when people watch your content, something magical just happens and they want to invest in your course or invest in your coaching. But that's not actually the truth. The reality is, a stranger sees your reel, they watch 10 seconds, they think that was good, and then they scroll. That's the end. They never go to your profile and they never DM you, they just forget your name in 30 seconds. Views only measure one thing: how many people briefly paid attention. They do not measure trust, intent, or readiness to buy. People need to trust you online. They have to have the intent to want to better their life and improve on the thing you promise to improve them on. And they need to have readiness to buy. They need to have the money to actually invest in your coaching. The coaches who are actually converting from content are not the ones with the most views. They are the ones who build something between the view and the sale. And that something is your profile. So now I'll walk you through exactly what to do to optimize your profile so that the most amount of people will convert into paying customers. The main goal of your profile should be clarity, to show people what you do, show them clarity, and it needs to keep people engaged on your profile. They need to watch multiple pieces of content or maybe even go to your YouTube, but we'll get into that later. To achieve clarity and keep people engaged, you need to implement these 3 core topics: know, like, and trust. Know means showing people what you do, so showing what your expertise is, what you can help people with, and how you can help them. Like is showing a little bit of personality, showing who you are, showing life experiences you had so far, and showing how you became the person that you are today. Trust means showing that you actually know what you talk about and show that you actually help people with getting the results you promised so far. So that's client testimonials or some student wins. I think the best way to explain this is just showing you guys an optimized profile. So here we have Xander Houtman. Xander Houtman is a Dutch dropshipping coach, and he knows exactly what to do to make his profile very highly converting. I know it's a Dutch guy, so I'm sorry for you English guys out there, but I just saw his profile before recording this video and it was just too good of an example to let go. So let's start at the top. He has his full name right here, so I think most of you guys will have this as well. I don't know why you wouldn't put your full name on here, but just do it. Another thing he does very well is he has a full face profile picture where people can see what he looks like, and maybe people can even catch a little bit of your vibe already. Another thing he does very well is that his bio is filled with what he does and a CTA. So he has DM Wi-Fi to get a free training about branded dropshipping in 2026. People know exactly what he does. He does branded dropshipping and they know exactly what to do. So that's the CTA, the call to action. They need to DM him Wi-Fi to receive the free training. So this builds a lot of clarity right from the start because you're telling people what your expertise is and you're telling people what to do next. He also has a YouTube link in his Instagram profile. This immediately is a point he can improve on as well, but right now he has just a normal YouTube link. What happens if you click this link on his profile is Instagram opens YouTube in the Instagram page. So Instagram stays open and YouTube just opens in the background. What you actually want to do is you want to put a YouTube deep link in here. So that's something like LinkedIn, or I think it's called Erlangi. Don't quote me on that, but that's a link that when you click on it, it actually puts you through to the YouTube app. So the app where you're logged into your account. Because when you open this link on Instagram, you open it in like a guest account, something where you're not logged in. You actually want them to watch your video on their own account so that you will be recommended to them later as well when you post another video. And another thing they can do when they're logged into their own account is immediately subscribe to your channel if they like what they see, and they can watch more of your content on there as well. So uploading a YouTube deep link can be very beneficial. Then if we scroll down, we see the 3 pinned posts. The first pinned post he has is a no post. He tells people exactly what he does. He actually tells people to start here. So that's start here in Dutch. But he tells exactly about what he does. He tells his expertise. He shows he's an authority. And it's immediately clear to people what he does and what he can help them with. Then the middle pinned post is a like post. This is just his name. So he tells his whole life story here. He tells how he came to be the man that he is today. So this is where he shows a little personality, and this is where he builds just a normal connection with people on his Instagram page. Then his third pinned post is a trust post. You immediately see 420,000 euros. Honestly, if you see 420k on a video, you're gonna click it. And what he does very well in this video is he has a client testimonial, so actually somebody he helped, talk about how good his offer is and how much he helped her with achieving the success she wanted to achieve. And this just builds an insane amount of trust with people who are on the fence of actually investing in your coaching or investing in your course. What he also implemented on his profile is that he put some story highlights on there as well. This first is about, I think, a mastermind or master week it's called. Then recent, I think it's lifestyle and some traveling. But these are the most important 2 that he has right here. It's client results and maybe even some of his own results, showing that he's actually implementing what he talks about and that he can actually help people with what he says he can help people with. Then here he has traveling and I think maybe some more traveling. But those client results and your own results are some of the most important things you can implement here on the story highlights. The traveling and the master week, it doesn't even matter actually. The results are the most important things you want to show, because trust is the number one thing to actually make people buy from you online. And to make people trust you online, you have to spend a lot of time with them. And that's where we go into in this next part, because to actually make people spend more time with you online, you want to push them through to YouTube. Because if you're looking at an average Instagram reel, that's 30 seconds to maybe 60 seconds. If you look at the average time for a YouTube video, that's 20 to 30 minutes. So if you want to equal the time that someone spends with you online on a YouTube video to Instagram reel, compare that to an Instagram reel, that means they have to watch 40 to 60 Instagram reels of you before they even spend the same amount of time with you. So pushing them to YouTube is, even for yourself, that's way more beneficial because it requires less amount of time than creating 40 to 60 reels, and people trust you more at the end of it. So if you're not posting YouTube videos right now, you should definitely start posting YouTube videos if you want to convert your viewers into clients. But before you post YouTube videos, you want to optimize your profile as well. So what he does is he puts his full name again. I've already talked about that one. And he puts his Instagram link so people know where they can find them. They can go to his Instagram and DM him a keyword to eventually make them into paying customers. If we look at his pinned video is a house tour of his $1.2 million villa in Dubai. This shows of this builds an insane amount of trust and like, because if you're paying for a house because if you're paying 1.2 million euros for a house, that means you have earned some money. So people trust him because he can't fake buying a house. So people begin to trust him that he can actually achieve results. And people begin to like him because he shows a little personality in the video as well. A house is a very personal part of your life. So if you share that with people online, that builds an insane amount of trust as well, and that builds an insane amount of likability. So I think that's a very good part. So I think that's a very good play on his part. If we scroll down on his profile, we see two playlists right here. We see e-commerce and we see podcasts with students. E-commerce is just some highly valuable content giving tips on how people can build their own dropshipping stores or achieve success with dropshipping. Here he has 4 years of dropshipping knowledge in 32 minutes. That's just an insane amount of value, and that's another long video with which people can spend some more time with you online, and you can build trust with them to eventually convert them into paying customers. And he does that with the other playlist as well, because here he talks about helping someone to 100K in 90 days, and these other videos are just clients of him talking about how good his program is, or talking about how well they did for themselves after they started his coaching. So this shows people that he achieved results with other people, so they immediately start to believe that he can achieve those results for them as well. That's something you want to implement with your coaching business as well. You want to show the results you've gotten for people so far, so people start to believe that you can get those results for them as well. The main thing you want to do with your profile is answer these 3 questions. Can this person get me out of my current situation? Do I like or maybe even look up to this person? And does this person have a real method, or is it just opinions? If your profile answers all 3 of these questions, the viewer will follow or maybe even DM you directly. If it does not answer these 3 questions, this person will just leave and you've lost a potential client. This is what you will have to implement if you want to achieve success with your personal brand, just like Xander and just like my clients. So before you film another video, you want to fix your profile, because every reel you post from now on is traffic to that profile, and if your profile is broken, more content makes no difference. Now, these are 3 things you can implement right away to improve your profile and start converting your viewers into paying customers. Fix number 1 is you have to rewrite your bio. Who do you help? What outcome do you create? And that's everything you want to talk about in your bio. Test it by reading it out loud and asking, would the person I am targeting read this and immediately think this person can help me? Fix number 2 is you want to replace your pinned content. Pin the 3 posts that best demonstrate your method, your authority, and your results. It doesn't have to be your most viewed post, it just has to be your most convincing, and it has to bring the most clarity to people. It has to show what your expertise is, who you are as a person, and it has to show people that you got the results for other people as well. Fix number 3 is you want to have a clear next step. This can be a link in your bio. I would highly advise it to be to your YouTube, or you can put a DM keyword in there. The visitor needs to know what to do after they decide to trust you. You have to make the next step as clear as possible for the viewers on your profile. Now, if you want to see the full system behind this, how to build a content funnel from top to bottom so that every piece of content has a specific job and every new follower has a clear path from stranger to client. I made a full breakdown of that in another video. I will link it somewhere here on your screen. I would advise you to watch that one next. With that said, this is the end of the video. I hope it gave you some insight and I will see you in the next one. Bye.